Good day everyone and welcome back to the channel with me, Hiderman 101. Today we're talking all things film. As yes, The Meg. The Meg hit cinemas 2 weeks ago on Friday, and I was fortunate enough to go to the cinema last Friday. So of course this review is coming slightly a week later. As you can probably tell, I had a busy week. Just go through all my other content right here on YouTube and you will find my other videos where I have been in a boxing gym. I've covered some boxing news, I've been sparring, and I've had a couple of days out and about. So today we're covering the film The Meg with the massive shark. So The Meg is going to be based on a shark from a very back ancient time, prehistoric, huge, record-breaking size shark that lived at the bottom of this ocean that they thought was to be in this film the bottom of the ocean, which turned out that it didn't have the bottom to the ocean because it was so cold down there. It was like ice and like so cloudy, so they all thought that was the bottom, but underneath there was more ocean, and that's where they found this massive shark. Jason Statham, a deep-sea diver and rescuer of all people and other ships that get sunk or have trouble in very deep seas. Jason Statham will come diving in and pretty much save your backside. Had a bad experience at the very beginning of the film where he unfortunately lost a very close friend and fellow rescuer on a rescue mission, which he was claimed their ship was attacked, so he ended up having to close the hatch, left his mate and the person they were rescuing to their fate at the bottom of the very ocean while their own submarine was getting whacked and bashed. He claimed there was an attack of some sort, but because there was no evidence or no video proof, he was deemed as crazy and psychotic, and no one ever believed his story. Until the point where later in the film, where of course, as I said, things go wrong when they explore deep underneath the seabed, and this prehistoric shark starts beating up their little submarine boat glider thing that they got stuck, and Jason Statham's ex-partner, ex-girlfriend was in the ship that was getting mashed. So the people from the company who knew about this threw out to Jason Statham, who was a very alcoholic nut job out in Thailand, who done nothing but drink and take it easy. He retired from all the rescue work. Explained to him that his ex was now stuck under seas and needed rescuing. And by playing an audio message from her transmissions back to them, saying that if anyone, Jason Statham was the only one that can save him and get him back. This transcends into Jason Statham, of course, coming back out from Thailand, going back to the seas, joining up and actually going down in his own submarine to help save the life of his ex and many other scientists that was in the submarine as I was on the seabed. Of course, in doing so, in the rescue, they plummet the crowd that was at the bottom, near what they thought the bottom of the seabed, and the shark, of course, having rose up during that time, where this now meant that the scientists was on the hunt with this massive shark who attacked and bit a big hole in their own science base, which is based on the sea. So they ended up going on a manhunt with their billionaire guy who was pumping money into their project, into finding the shark and disposing of it, if you may. Very Jaws-like, yes, of course, a lot of films do spin off of Jaws and use the sharks as a lot of bad guys, when actually they are pretty calm, decent creatures. I've actually been lucky enough to swim with sharks back in the day, but that's a different story altogether. And that'll probably be another YouTube story when it comes up, so keep an eye out. So that might happen at some point. But anyways, the shark obviously huge, massive thing, uncontrollable, it comes around, it's eating everyone up and it's causing havoc. So Jason Statham decided they need to get a track on it and dispose of the shark ASAP. Without spoiling too much of the film, they end up catching the shark and disposing of it after a load of chaos being caused. And basically are sort of heroes in that aspects of helping to save everyone. After all the effort they've gone through and the amount of times they've almost been eaten, I think there's only 4, 5 guys that actually stand from the original squad that started to take on the shark, and from the original crew of scientists. But I'd say this is a very good film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It had loads of thrills, it had loads of spills. I ended up caring for the dog that you see about in the trailer, and I've shown you a couple of times in the pictures. Caring more for the dog towards the end because they swing off of it. So you think it might get eaten, or you really don't know because the shark's so close to it. It's full of quite drama, suspense. It's a very entertaining film. I'd recommend it. Don't listen to any of the write-ups from these critics, because I say myself and my friends, we totally enjoyed this film and I totally recommend watching it. So when you got a bit of spare time, go and watch The Meg. Thank you for watching, or should I say listening. Don't forget guys, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Adios.